Hey guys, como vocês já sabem, tá rolando o nosso sorteio lá no Instagram do Inglês de Cru. Tá valendo muito a pena porque nós vamos sortear 6 pessoas diferentes. Ou seja, cada uma dessas pessoas vai ganhar um produto do Inglês de Cru, nosso, né, claro, e uma outra pessoa vai ganhar um plano do Cambly. Tá muito bacana. Então, você que já segue a gente, já tá rolando lá o sorteio, procura o post oficial, participe, veja as regras direitinho, que a gente vai sortear isso no dia 1º de julho. Então, você tem bastante tempo para participar, marcar muita gente, compartilhar, vai valer muito, muito a pena. Então é isso. Participa, hein? Estamos esperando você. Oi, pessoal, tudo bem? Bom, muito obrigada por estar aqui escutando de novo a gente no Inglês de Micro Rádio. E eu vou passar aquele recadinho maravilhoso, mas hoje é diferente. Hoje eu quero falar com vocês sobre o Cambly Kids. O Cambly Kids existe e tá aí para qualquer criança de até 15 anos de idade poder fazer aulas de inglês online com professor nativo da língua inglesa. É muito bacana porque funciona que nem o Cambly Adultos, mas para crianças com toda a segurança do mundo. E para você ter uma aula experimental de 30 minutos lá no Cambly Kids, por apenas R$1, é só colocar o código inglês NC Kids. Então o código é inglês NC Kids. É muito fácil, só lembrar de Inglês de Cru Kids, Inglês NC Kids. É só fazer o login lá no Cambly e em minutos grátis inserir esse código que eu acabei de falar. Também, se você quiser, é só ir na nossa show notes, que é aqui na descrição do episódio, e clicar no link que eu vou deixar lá para vocês, tá? Qualquer dúvida que vocês tenham, qualquer coisa, é só entrar em contato direto com o Cambly, que eles vão poder te falar direitinho como é que funciona o Cambly Kids, tirar todas as dúvidas em relação à segurança, e também, qualquer coisa, é só falar com a gente, tá bom? Now, on with the show!
Hello, hey, sweet people, and welcome to another episode of Inglês no Cru Rádio. As always, my name is Foster, and as always, almost always, I'm here with...
It's me, Alexia. Hi!
Hey, Alexia, how are you doing?
I am fine. We just started summer here in Portugal, so I'm happy.
Yeah, you told me that the
2 days ago.
sunset... Yeah, 2 days ago, the sunset was at like 10:20 p.m.
Yes, it was a summer solstice.
Yes, the longest day of the year.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I was like, okay, still sunny. I'm going to bed.
I love when it stays sunny for a long time.
Yeah, it's been really good because 9:30 is a sunset every single day. So
Sunset.
sunset. So
It's also
I'm
a
loving
beautiful...
it.
Okay, cool. So you have a full sunny day. That means we have a lot of time to talk about bias.
Let's continue doing this.
Yes. So this week on the show, we are talking about biases, different types of cognitive bias. If you don't know what that is, I recommend you starting with the first episode a couple days ago. Yeah?
Yeah, I think it was exactly 2 days ago.
Okay, awesome. And today, Alexia, we are talking about one of my favorite types of bias. Favorite is a weird way to say it, but one of the types of bias that I always see myself doing, and I see a lot of other people falling into this trap, and that is confirmation bias.
It sounds like doing confirmation at the church.
I was thinking the same thing. Great minds think alike.
Yes.
So, have you ever heard of this? Do you have any idea what confirmation bias is?
No. Go ahead and explain everything to me.
Okay, so let me give you the formal definition first, and then I'll try to break it down a little more simply, and we'll see how it goes. Okay?
Okay.
So, confirmation bias is the tendency to look for information that supports your preconceived notions. It is just the fact that we listen to or we believe information that confirms what we already believe. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, I would say that's life.
Okay. Okay. See, that is how powerful the confirmation bias can be because it really does affect everything.
Yeah.
S- So let me repeat that one more time. We we humans have a tendency to look for information and to listen to information and to believe information that supports what we already believe. So we don't want to find things that reject what we already believe. We just want things to say, yes, you're right. Okay, this makes sense because it just confirms things. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so let me give you an example and then I'll see if you can give me an example. Does that sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so one example I can think of is when you are texting somebody and they do not text you back. Okay, so if you are feeling really bad about yourself, if you're maybe a little depressed and you have very low self esteem, and you text one of your friends and they do not text you back, what are you going to think?
I'm gonna be so mad. I'll be like, okay, vou dar um gelo também de volta.
Okay, Alexia's revenge. If you're texting Alexia, be sure to text back on
Yes,
time.
I have a friend that always does that to me. She comes with a huge problem or something that happened, like bad things, and then I'm there to help her out with that. And then when everything is settled, when everything is okay again, she never ever send me a message saying, "Hi, everything's fine." So I'll send her a message asking, "Hey, how's everything? Did you organize it? Did you um, made peace with something?" Um, and then
Hmm.
she's never answering me. And I'm like, next time that she comes with some drama, I'll never answer her. But I can't do that.
Yeah, yeah. She's ghosting you. Do you know that
Yeah.
phrase?
Uh huh.
If you ghost someone, you just disappear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So I think you guys are seeing that Alexia has a lot of like vengeance and revenge things that can be problematic sometimes. But that's an interesting way to look at it because the way I was thinking, if you send someone a text and you are not feeling very well, or maybe you have low self esteem, personally, what I'm going to think is, oh, this person doesn't want to talk to me
Or
because,
this person's mad at me. That's what my dad's always feeling when his friends doesn't call him back or doesn't answer his messages as well.
right, when his friends don't call him back.
Don't call him back.
Right. So in reality, the person is probably just busy,
Mm-hmm.
right? But you are just confirming your own thoughts about yourself or your relationship with that person. Maybe that person doesn't care about me, or I'm not worthy of that person's time. But that bias really has no basis in fact. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's just something that we created to confirm something that we created as well.
Yeah. So you believe something in your mind, and then something happens in the world, and you just use that information to continue the circle in your mind, right?
Right.
And you can see this with almost anything. I see this a lot with our English students. Like, hey, I can't speak English fluently. And then they try to have a conversation, and I don't know, like the connection on their Skype is not good. And they see that as a sign that they are just not good at English, which doesn't really make sense, but it's an example of confirmation bias.
Okay.
Can you think of any examples of confirmation bias?
Maybe what people use as signs, like, oh, for example, I don't know, something very, very normal. I want to buy a dress, but I think that the dress won't be good because I don't know, I'm very thin or something like that. And I'll just go ahead and try this dress. And when I go to the store, the dress is sold out, and I see as a sign like, okay, it wasn't supposed to be.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good example. Yeah. One of the classic examples of confirmation bias is regarding issues of faith and religion. So imagine on one hand, you have a very religious person, and on the other hand, you have an atheist. And then imagine you have like a really serious situation. Let's say there's like an earthquake or a tsunami or a natural disaster. For the religious person, this is probably an example of the reason why you have to have faith because things are out of your control and you just have to believe. And then for the atheist, this is another example of why God doesn't exist. So the same piece of information for two different people is just going to make their thoughts even stronger, right?
Yeah, and right now I'm thinking like it's not a thing of right or wrong, right? Because I don't know, we should talk more about it. Why do you think like that?
There are a lot of reasons. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe the dress was just sold out. It doesn't mean that it would be good or bad on my body, you know? And
Right. I think you're bringing up a good point that confirmation bias doesn't necessarily have to do with right or wrong, but the first big step is just recognizing it exists, recognizing that you are susceptible to this bias. And I think an easy way for everyone to do this is just to seek out information that you disagree with. So if you're on the left politically, read some right wing media and try to have an open mind. I know it can be very difficult, but try to think about, okay, just thinking about the facts here. And just watch your brain as your brain starts making excuses and reasons for why this just confirms the fact that you are right. And when you can start to notice that phenomena happening, you can start kind of working with it a little bit better.
yeah, yeah, I like that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like confirmation bias. I think it leads to a lot of poor thinking,
No,
but I
but
like talking about it.
yeah, I like talking about it, but I do like that people should start talking more about many things with people who don't think the same way as they do.
Yeah, for sure. And that's one of the big reasons why we're talking about biases. These types of cognitive bias, they really make it difficult to have honest conversations.
Yeah,
So we're trying to facilitate more honest conversations.
I think I'm pretty good. I'm thinking
Okay.
about it like I can talk to anyone about anything, I think. I don't know.
I think that's a great place to end this episode, and we'll continue talking about this tomorrow.
Okay, bye.
Bye bye.
Muito obrigada por ter escutado mais um episódio aqui do Inglês no Micro Rádio e relembrando aquilo que eu estou falando na intro. Ou seja, você pode muito bem participar do nosso sorteio que está rolando lá no Inglês no Cru. Bom, quando eu falo lá no Inglês no Cru, quer dizer no Instagram do Inglês no Cru. Então nós vamos sortear 6 pessoas diferentes, cada uma delas vai ganhar um produto. A gente se juntou junto com Cambly. Quer dizer, a gente virou, Cambly, quer participar? Quero! E é isso, gente. Parceria é a melhor coisa da vida, né? Então vai lá, porque esse sorteio rola até o dia 1 de julho. Então tá valendo muito a pena. Procura a foto oficial, o post oficial, siga as regras direitinho e você pode ser um dos ganhadores. Muito bom. Então é isso. Te vejo no próximo episódio, hein?